As you know, there's a spelling cloud for every speech sound in English. The one in bold on the outside, that's the one that the child learns explicitly and systematically as they go through the code levels. This is a high frequency one. We are not teaching these. Please don't think that we're teaching the pictures in the clouds. It's just would be a waste of time because it's like rote learning. This is the one we're learning so that we can get children reading and spelling or understanding what reading and spelling, what code mapping is very early on. But you're not teaching the clouds. Okay, supposing a child has been writing about, oh, their mummy gave them a lovely plait that morning and they put plait. We'll say to them, oh, that's brilliant. Now let's have a look at, could you please give me your duck hands, lines and numbers and then put the sound pics on the lines. P, o, at, plait. P, o, at, plait. P, o, at, plait. So they've chosen, this is the picture for P, this is the picture for O, this is the picture for A, and this is the picture for T. Or at plait. So what we can say is the number 3 sound pic needs to change. So that is a picture for A, it's not the right one. So even though that is a picture for A, that's one that we've already looked at in the green code level, but it's not the right one. So it's going to be it's not going to be that one. It's going to be this one or this one. Now if you put that one in, so this is a good example because on this one you can say to them, just try those 2 and see what looks right. Or it plit, so that's not right. Well, okay, well, process of elimination, it's got to be that one. So there we've got the word plait. So that's a nice easy one because we've only got 3 choices in there. So we've got, and actually there's the word there, look, put or at plait. Okay, so on that case, they can look at the cloud and they know it's not that one, it's got to be one of those which looks right. Most cases it isn't. So in most cases what you do is, you would say to the child, let's choose another word, let's choose one that's got a lot in. What about I? Likely is height. Let's do it like that. Height. Okay, supposing they did height. I'm going to jump from a great height. So again, give me your duck hands, lines and numbers. Height, 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 height. They're the pictures of the speech sounds that they've chosen. Number 2, you say, yes, that is a picture for I, but it's not the right one in this word. Okay, so which is the picture for I in the word height? Okay, so let's look at the I cloud. Now, there's no way they're going to try all of those, put it in there, and then try and work out which looks right. They're just never going to do that. So you can either give them 2 choices and say, well, we've already looked at that one. We know it's not that one. So you could either give them 2 choices and they've got to try them. Let's say, try this one and try this one. So they might try that, height. Say, no, that just doesn't look right. And what happens is the more the code map, the more the brain sees if it looks right or not. So they might put that one because I've told them it's going to be one or the other and say, well, that looks more like it. But what I would actually do, especially in the early stages, is I would say it wasn't that one. Now look at the word. So I give them the word. Sorry, this pen's running out. Try again, shall we? So I would give them the word. Okay, now code map it. Well, we know that one's there. We know that one's there. So all of this is the picture for I. So they put it on there. Height. I. Write it while saying the speech sounds. Height. Then they go here and say, can you find that one that we just discovered? There it is. Okay, so rather than, especially in the early stages, you need to really gauge it for the child. You know what the child's ready for, when and whatever. But at the early stages, I would not send them to the cloud. There's no point. I would give them the word, they code map it, then look in the cloud. Another example. Let me just show you. I played with sorry, I don't want to change one word. Okay, so I played with Fred. So they've come to me with their beautiful writing. They've said, I played with Fred. Oh, fantastic. This word played. Could you just code map it for me? So they use their whiteboard. P or aid, duck hands, lines, put or aid, played. Put or aid, played. P or a, d, played. And I'll say to them, that is fantastic. P or a, that is right for the word play. This is not the picture for d in that word. Okay, so some children, they might find the d cloud and they might look at those and think, oh, I'm going to try them and see. Played, or I just did it with the d, with the d, so it's not that one. And they might do this, they might put, but then very early on the children actually say, no, I don't think it's going to do it like that. Does not look right at all. And this idea of what looks right is used all the time with an SSP. Played. Let's try that one. Now they might say, that looks right to me. I'll say, does it? Okay, well then we need to have a look at the word. This is how the king spelt it. I want you to see if it looks different. Oh, it is. Okay. And there's no argument. It's not why is it ED or what have you. It's just that's how the king spelt it. P-O-A-D. Now the children, the more they're code mapping, the children start to tell you about suffixes. They start to tell you about the code and patterns in words. And they'll say, and they'll start to realise things like, for example, when we do, you know, if you've got make and then you change it into making, they realise, they'll come to you and they'll say, do you know when we do words like make or like and what have you, often a word with a Sound Pic sandwich, make, we drop the E to add the I-N-G, the I, So they'll come and they'll tell you. You don't need to teach spelling rules and whatever because the children discover them. So anyway, so we've got played and they still didn't get that right even though they wanted to explore all the options. So I told them, there's no point hanging around and whatever. This is quick, you know, a quick game is a good game. Quick spelling is good spelling. So played. So they know, okay, so it's this one. So they'll go back, they'll make the changes. Not 5-year-olds alike, they've got to rub the whole thing off. I played with Fred. Brilliant, and they carry on. So when a child comes to you with their writing, you can literally just tell them which part, supposing they weren't pronouncing brilliantly, and they did it as they say it, but they got played right, let's say. So they come in here, I played with, now I would say, right, you tell me, you read that to me and listen to them. They'll say, I played with Fred. And you say, right, now just listen to the king, because this is that, because so you're not telling the child you're not speaking correctly. You're saying to her, right, now listen to the king. The king said, I played with Fred. What's the difference? What can you hear here? With. So if I told you the word is with, what needs to change? With. Now they might then know what to put on, but if not, you'd say, now have a look at this. With. So can you change it? So you're making it quick and easy. So here's a real example of a preppy. So wonderful, but they're saying birthday. So what does the king say? Birthday. So we'd look at the and also the number 5 because we want to have a look at the A cloud and make a different choice for the A speech sound on number 5. Okay, they've brought you their beautiful writing. And of course you can tell, I love machines. Fantastic. I-O-V-M-A-Sh-E-N-S. So they've got the speech sounds right. They're understanding the code mapping. It's just that they've gone the wrong choices. So I might actually underline the sound pics for them. I might say we've got M-A-Sh-E-N-S, which is just brilliant. So M-A-Sh-E-N-S. That's your coding. Now, because there are actually quite a few things we need to change there, this needs to change to a CH, this needs to change to an I, this needs to change to an ES. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm not going to start with all of that. I'm just going to say, here's the word. Now code map it for me, how it should be. And when you're writing it, try and do a little tiny space just so their eyes can see. Now look. What have we got? M-A-Sh-E-N-S. Now you tell me which needs to change. No, that one's brilliant. That one's brilliant. So this one needs to change. And they might look at the sh cloud. and find it. Oh, machines in there already. So they might look at the sh cloud. Sh, E. They might look at the E cloud. E. There it is. Sh, E, Z. They might look at the Z cloud. Yep, there it is. So they're all in there because they're looking at the clouds, because actually what they want to do is find one that we haven't discovered yet, so they can add it to the clouds. So they've come to you with I love machines, which is brilliant, and we want to focus on that content. So we don't want to be spending loads of time. We actually want to help them correct that word, because obviously it's a word that they love, so we want them to spell it correctly. But we don't want to spend lots of time on it. So we're just saying underline the sound pics. These are the right sound pics. Sh, E, machines. So now what are you going to do? So they go off, and I might later say to them, sh, E, Z. Can you do that? Sh, E, Z. And I might later on get them just check that they actually did that they actually remembered the code mapping for that word. As you know, within SSP, I mean, obviously we're teaching the code, which we have to do. We have to teach the code systematically and explicitly. That's why we actually have the coding poster, because you can learn high frequency. You can learn about half of the whole of the code in the half the time that you would normally do if you're doing a traditional phonics program that might take you a couple of years or whatever. We've even got coded high frequency words and all the rest of it. Speedy decoding sentences. We've got everything they need. So you've got your whole phonics program. You think about a traditional phonics program, everything on the coding poster that they have, the children have, and they work through at their own pace. So all the children will be doing the same activity. You literally say, you ready? Go. And all the children are doing the same activity. Then you say, stop. But all the children are doing the activity at their level. So you've got a class of 25 children all doing a phonics activity, a code mapping activity, or a phonemic awareness-based activity at their code level. But when they're writing, we are writing sentences that they can write with their code level words, but we're also doing a lot of writing of whatever they want to write, because the focus is on reading and writing for pleasure. So they're going to be writing using words that are way outside of their code level. And this is fantastic because it's a great opportunity, because even if they have no idea about the code, they do know that the speech sounds in it. And that's why we do a lot of writing in speech sounds as well. I, v, sh, eatens. And, I, w, nt, to, her, av, one, w, So I love machines and I want to have one. So you can write a whole sentence. This has nothing to do with their code level. You can write a whole sentence in speech sound lines, and then they can fill in the bits they know. Supposing they did of, m. Well, we did this, just did that, didn't we? Supposing they did ma, sh, e, z. It doesn't matter, because what we can do is we can go along and say, oh, that's brilliant, that is the right picture for all in there. It's actually this one and this one. I love, and then we've done that one already. So what you're doing is you're bringing together their code knowledge, you're letting them write lots of exciting things they want to write about, you're helping them learn to write the words that they're wanting to write. So you're giving them immediate feedback on the things that they're wanting to write, and it all comes together really, really quickly. And that's why SSP kids write so fantastically. They love to write, but they also, at the same time, are learning how to structure sentences, how they're grammatically correct and whatever. But the content is really very, very important. So as much as they're learning to code and they're working at their code level and moving through, so that we make sure they don't miss any of the essential skills and concepts, because at each code level what matters is the skills and concepts. But throughout the SSP Phase 2 routine, they're writing and reading all the time of real exciting text. You know, they're using decodable readers because of course they have to at their code level, so it becomes fluent so that they're building confidence. It's part of the ACARA document. It's mandated in the Australian curriculum. But at the same time, we're also exploring real readers, real text. We're using speedy decoding with pairs at different code levels and what have you. So we're bringing it all together. So if you like, it's a mixture of the great, exciting, wonderful things in a whole language approach, which is about the rich language, the book-rich environment, but also the phonics, the technical stuff, if you like. We're bringing it all together so that it all works for every single child. The phase 2 routine, you can see here, this is your 2-hour literacy block. So we're doing a mixture of this, the systematic phonics teaching we need, the phonemic awareness that we need, the oral language we need, but we're also doing the spelling, we're writing for a purpose, we're doing rapid writing, we're doing cracking comprehension, we're doing snap and crack, which is very fast speed reading, higher order thinking, finding where the information is in the text, inference. Also, we're doing everything. We're also doing speech sound detective work, which means that they're exploring environmental print. So again, this isn't just their code level. This isn't just phonics teaching. This is exploring the code in the world around us. They're using high frequency words from the very beginning. Again, they're code mapped. And we're doing masses of reading, rhyming, singing, writing our own poems, listening to poems. We use music a lot. It's fun, it's interactive, it's multisensory, it's very fast paced. And the class pack gives you everything that you need. It's on special offer at the moment, so get in quick. But the hard copy resources are sent so that you can get stuck in straight away using SSP. You also get a USB which shows you exactly how to use how to do all the activities, but you actually learn about it as you're teaching the children. You won't understand SSP until you're using SSP with the children. And don't be surprised if their code mapping is better than yours. In the beginning, what will help you just as much as the students is all the whiteboard lessons. All the resources have already been created for you so that you actually get training on the spot. You don't have to plan things. At the beginning, when you first start SSP, you literally put on 14 lessons on the whiteboard so that you're listening to me, you're listening to the terminology about the pictures of the speech sounds, you're learning about the story, the SSP story, the Speech Sound King's code, the magic ant. You're learning all about SSP with the students using the whiteboard lessons. But as you do that, you're understanding how it all works. So at the end of the 14 introductory lessons, you can start on the phase 2 routine. And again, you have everything there. So there's very little planning that you have to do, and you just ease into it at your own pace as well. I'm actually teaching you in the same way that I teach the students.